necessary to be sticking sticks into bags. You can cut them into 4-foot sections and lay them down across a piece of string. There's string there. You can bundle them up and set them out, save a bag, and save yourself having to find a place to keep them out of the rain. Something I've never learned how to do with my gloves on is I haven't learned how to tie string. So you put quite a few branches together and then just cross the string, pull, and sit on them.
Use biodegradable twine string, not plastics.
Right, thanks, Steve. So I use hemp. The new market in hemp. Okay, I gotta jump on this area. So we made this whole bed with newspaper and mulch to kill the grass underneath, and I dug out the rest of the weed grass last year. But I must have left some bear patches because now we've got bittercress coming up in all of the places where there was just soil, and that's going to seed right now. I got to get that out. They're not picking up for a couple of weeks. I'll let them be mulch until then. We quite often use big branches to make arbors. This one, Amelia and Mackenzie are making it into an entrance to a garden. It's made out of buckthorn that we took out and apple branches that we cut off of a tree. It looks good. It'll last at least 10 years the way we make them. And here's an obelisk made from 3 old Christmas tree trunks wrapped with red twig dogwood branches. There are even uses inside the house. We took this branch off of a beech tree because it was hanging too low, brought it inside, and we hang our family tree pictures on it. Ha ha ha. You just have to keep your eyes open. We were taking a juniper out, picky old nasty thing. Got to looking at it and thinking it looks kind of nice. If we take all of those old branches off of there, what will it look like? So we did that, took a look, and said, yes, we can use that. Even our dogs like it, and it's juniper. It'll last forever. That stuff just doesn't rot. And evergreen branches are very valuable in the winter for things like protecting this Japanese maple. The bark is showing the damage that the sun has done to it, that kills the cambium underneath the bark, and then years later the bark begins to crack and lift off there. So we're going to take the branches from arborvitaes and junipers that we've pruned and layer them on the tree, tie them in place over the winter to shade the bark and keep the sun off of it. Anything we can do to use it a little bit longer. Maybe the most important use of evergreen branches is as mulch. We always need more mulch. So I use whatever I can get as mulch. If I don't get mulch on this bed, then it's going to fill up with chickweed, because you see behind the bed, that light green back there, that's all chickweed that seeded itself in where the spruce used to cover up and keep anything from growing. And if I don't cover this soil, it's all going to become chickweed. This is a new bed that we just smothered last year. It probably is ready to plant. It probably also, because we use a deep mulch on top of newspaper, there's probably a bunch of extra mulch here that we can now rake off and use elsewhere. Let's see if the sod underneath is dead. Because if the sod underneath is dead, or the garden, in this case we were smothering sod, but sometimes you're smothering unwanted plants in a garden. Once it's dead, it's ready to go. So there's our newspaper. Still there. We use 4 or 5 sheets of it, overlap it by half. And this newspaper I can tell because it's humped up. At the edge here I took the sod out and turned it upside down at the very edge of the garden. So this is sitting on top of a double layer of grass. Let's see if it's dead. If it's dead, we're ready to go. no live white roots. We are ready to go. So this bed's ready to be planted. We can finally get some things in here. We can let the rest of the newspaper just finish breaking up. And we can take quite a bit of mulch, scrape it out of here, and use it in other places now. And this is just mulch that we got from a company that was cutting up a tree down the street. We tapped on the truck and asked if they could dump it here. It's not the prettiest mulch in the world, but it works just fine.